Hello world, welcome back to the Razor RC, and super excited to bring a brand new monster truck to the channel. We got the Team Corrales Sketer XP 4S. Just got released a couple days ago, so it is shipping right now. You can pick these up in the US. They're sold by Hobby Recreation Products, but there are other retailers and stuff as well. Go check them out at your local hobby shop as well. And big shout out to Team Corrales for sending this thing out. They're kind enough to send this for review, and not just for sending it out, but honestly, when I talked to them, they told me, we want people that give their real opinions on these trucks, right? We're proud of our vehicles. We think we did a good job, but we want to hear the true users, the true customers' experience, and find out, what they like or don't like about it. So anyways, we're going to be a quick unboxing of this. Picture is actually slightly different than what's in the box. They've actually made some improvements. I kind of looked over the box real quick. I haven't opened it yet, but there are some slight changes, actually improvements from what you see. I think there's even LED little buckets, so you can put in LED lights if you like that. We'll take a quick look at the side here. So there's a little picture of the architecture. Very similar to the A-scale stuff. I think even a lot of the components are from the A-scale vehicle. Big bore 16mm shocks, aluminum and steel standard differential. That is pretty cool. Not many vehicles have that. Here's the steel outdrives, and they did upgrade, I think, the outdrives to spring steel, so nice little improvement there. Not just these regular steel outdrives, they're actually Swiss made. The suspension arms, I think, are from the Python. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. 5mm CNC shock tires front and rear. Spiral cut machine gears, CNC cut on the differentials. All sealed bearings, of course. Massive bumpers. And then looking at it over here on the other side, they do have a brand new radio. Sorry, this thing's like upside down. Let's kind of fix that. Yeah, brand new radio. They did have the S2R before. Now it looks like they changed it to the CT2R, so we'll take a look at that. Curon 725 motor, ESC. I have not ran this. This is their 4S system. Their 6S system is totally insane, just crazy amount of power. Definitely the fastest electronics that come on an art car, so we'll have to see how the 4S performs. And then their 25 kilogram Metal Gear servo, nice to see that. Pretty much their competitors either run plastic geared servos or like non-standard 23 tooth servos, so happy to see that they have a legit sort of standard Metal Gear servo. Runs on 3S, 4S. You'll need some batteries, and then lengthwise it's 485 to 555. Not really sure what that means, but the wheelbase is the one to watch out for. 327 millimeters, so pretty much the exact same wheelbase as an A-scale buggy, as a short course truck. So this, to me, I don't know if it's 10 scale or A-scale officially, but it's kind of that supersized 10 scale. So yeah, that's what it looks like. So popping open the seals, let's take a look inside the vehicle. All right, we got everything unboxed. Let's take a quick look at what's included. This is the brand new CT2R radio, 2.4 gigahertz. Takes 4 AA batteries, as you would expect. Not included, so you'll have to supply that. Foam wheel, kind of slightly curved, pretty comfortable, pretty standard driving position. Hard plastic handle, trigger seems okay, spring tension is bad. Actually, not much slop in that. That's actually pretty nice. Little cover here for all the adjustments. You got steering, throttle, reversing. You've got steering dual rates, throttle trim, steering trim, off button, a little on button, and then a couple LEDs. Not sure what green, red. Oh, that must be a low battery indicator. We got the manual, antenna tube, bind button. Looks like a little antenna cover. I think it's all black and white, although the online version I took a look at, everything is in color, so that's pretty nice if you want to see more of a full color version. And here's the vehicle. Pretty nice looking vehicle. Actually, body seems pretty reasonably thick, especially the top. Wow, the top is extra thick. Large body tethers and body clips, so attached to the body. I do like that they kind of ovaled out the rear, so as you get flex in the body, it doesn't crack as easily. Actually, it looks quite a bit better in person than I kind of saw online. It's sort of an orangish red, black and white, and then you got all their little logos for their electronics, Toro X, ESC Variprop radio, Voltex. I'm not sure what Voltex is. I guess the ESC the servo, and then the Curon motor. Yeah, nice painted body. Seems pretty good. Alrighty, putting that to the side. Here is the truck. Now, when I first saw this, I gotta admit, I was kind of blown away because this thing sells for $489.99 here in the United States, which I believe is kind of that perfect price point. I think a 4S vehicle needs to be under $500 or so because 3S vehicles are pretty much in the high 300s. 6S vehicles are starting around $600 now, getting up into like the 750s or so. So a 4S vehicle at $489, $499, this is $489, I think is like the correct price point. But the part that blew me away is like how well equipped this thing is, because this thing is like pretty much an all metal, all aluminum and steel vehicle. Compare that to other vehicles out there which are pretty much all plastic, and to sell this for $489 I think is ridiculous. Tires look pretty nice actually. They feel pretty good. The the rubber seems a little thicker than the 6S lineup tires I've tried in the past. You got 17 millimeter wheels, stub axles, and 17 millimeter aluminum hexes, of course. Nice. And then, yeah, one other change they made was the adjustable turnbuckles here, front and back, super beefy. I mean, they got to be at least 5 millimeters. Turnbuckle is massive. So anyways, quick look at the vehicle. Like I mentioned, A-scale in wheelbase, like a A-scale buggy, pretty nice. They look like, I don't know if they're 2.8 or 3.8 tires, adjustable body posts, aluminum chassis, I'm guessing 3.5 millimeters or so. Current 725 motor, I would guess is a 36 by maybe 68 can size. I looked for the specs on this, couldn't find it, so we'll have to figure out what that is. Tower to tower brace, which is a huge improvement over the 6S line. I mean, this thing is crazy stiff. The chassis is massively stiff. I don't think this chassis can bend. Spring steel outdrives all around, including the center differential. Dog bones here in the back, CVAs in the front, dog bones I think in the rear, looks like. Yep. Sway bars or anti-roll bars. They did completely redesign the front end as opposed to like the 6S lineup, so it's not only attached from the bulkhead but also to the shock tower. The shock towers, the shocks are massive. Oh my gosh, look at those things. Really, really nice shock towers, and then they're like, I don't know, triple or quadruple braced to the chassis. So you got a mount here, you got a mount here, you got a mount to the bulkhead, you got a mount basically to the steering rack. I don't think the front end can break. I don't know, we'll have to try this thing out, but that was the one area. So what I wanted to say about this thing is that, as far as I can tell, they pretty much learned everything about the 6S lineup and then just like went a step forward and just integrated it all into this 4S vehicle. I mean, this thing looks crazy durable. I don't know. They did change the chassis, so this is not a 6S chassis. It's an all new chassis. I think it's called like the XL4S or something like that. So they got the straight mounted servo. I like that. The other one was sort of angled, easier to check your steering links, make sure all your geometry is correct. Nice spacious battery or receiver box. Looks like some wire management stuff, so integrated into the chassis. You got little holders to route your wires underneath the battery tray. So two fairly large battery straps, XT90 connector, which a lot of people don't know, but the reason a lot of cars don't come with XT90 or AMAS actually charges for that. That is a patented connector, so they did pay a little extra to have that included, which is nice. What else is there to say? A giant mono wheelie bar, adjustable here in the back, 5 different positions. I'm not a big wheelie kind of person. I might take that off. We'll have to see. 16 millimeter shocks. I believe they're running the hard springs. Actually, I'm not sure if they're the medium or hard springs, but they do have these nice new shock covers basically. So they are all aluminum shocks, as you can see, aluminum caps, aluminum bodies, but they do have these brand new shock guards or shock covers, I guess, to protect the shocks, maybe protect the body again if you smash it into that. And then I wonder if, I mean, I have no idea what's coming on the line, but I wonder if, that would be something for like an 8-scale buggy or something like that. Flipping it around, here's the ESC, 4S ESC. I do like how they mounted the power button here on the tower to tower brace. On the 6S line, they were kind of mounted to the chassis, were not quite as convenient, or I didn't feel like it was held in quite as well. So that I think is really, really cool. Obviously, you got this massive crash, I don't know, roll bar, or whatever you want to call this, with foam. I don't know if I've ever seen that on a vehicle. I know people put foam on their sort of bracing here. They even have holes drilled through the foam, so you have access to all those little screws down below. One cool thing about the Team Crowley stuff is a lot of the screws are actually reinforced with nuts. They're backed by nuts, so they're just not threaded into plastic. Oftentimes they use like little aluminum like washers, or sort of, I don't know what you call these, like holders, basically to prevent these from pulling through as easily. So a lot of little details like that you'll see on these Team Crowley vehicles that quite honestly most brands do not carry. They did redesign the Ackerman plate, so it is kind of a double level design. So it's got 2 Ackerman bars for extra durability, sort of on the top and bottom. That was an improvement over the 6S line. Little clips for adjustments, so you can adjust caster. You can adjust camber here on the front, so pivot ball suspension, a couple different mounting holes for your shocks on the bottom, 3 different mounting locations up top. I really like all the adjustments they make on these cars. Team Crowley does come out of basically like a race heritage. They primarily built race vehicles in the past and have been moving more into the basher segment. Looks like I mentioned, little LED buckets here in the front. So yeah, if you want to put in LED lights, you can just remove those, screw those in, and be good to go. What else is there? They do have 70-75 aluminum hinge pin braces here, so that is really nice. Most are 60-61 from the competitors. 70-75 Ackerman bars as well to add extra strength. So this thing this thing seems crazy durable. I mean, I don't know what else they could do to make this more durable. Center braces down, you know, sort of the diagonal braces there, composite. They call them the Zero Flex chassis braces. So the 6S line, yeah, they did. You could flex the chassis. I never bent it, honestly, but it definitely did flex. They do have a fan mount here in the back to add cooling. I actually like this style of fan mount because it doesn't like obscure the motor or get in the way. A little better protected. Oh, they even have the integrated aluminum pieces here in the back to mount to the shock towers. Crazy, man. I like these. I love these turnbuckles. So the rear ones are massive here in the back. Maybe these are the ones that people sometimes broke. I never broke one of those on my 6S. The front steering ones are a little skinnier. What else is there? This thing looks crazy. I think that's pretty much it. Aluminum 25 tooth servo horn, of course. And yeah, so super impressed with the Team Crowley Sketer 4S. We're going to take this out and bash it, see how it runs. I'm super impressed with what I see. And a big thank you again to Team Crowley for sending this out for review. Look for more videos soon. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Thanks for watching.